Okay,
They better.
Juice.
2 weeks of football,
juice.
9 teams are 2-0, and a few of them have been surprises. The Vikings have won their first 2 games of a season for the first time since 2016, with Sam Darnold throwing multiple touchdown passes in consecutive games. Now, the Bucs pulled off an upset against the heavily favored Detroit Lions on Sunday. Tampa Bay has now started 2-0 for the 4th straight season, the longest active streak in the NFL. And lastly, the Seahawks have won their first 2 games of a season for the first time since 2020. Their OT win against the Patriots on Sunday marks their 3rd straight overtime victory. DMAC is back with Dan O and Stephen A. I'm going to start with you. Which 2-0 team is least likely to make the playoffs? The Vikings, the Bucs, or the Seahawks?
I'm going to say the Vikings, man. Look, man. Look, fellas, man. Look, hey. I know that what we see from Sam Darnold is impressive. I get it. I understand. But I will remind y'all that week 1 was against them damn Giants. That's like a bye week, okay? Going up against them or the Carolina Panthers. And by the way, I'm here in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm down the hallway from Paul Feinbaum Studios, okay? I'm invading his territory, all right? Okay? I'm here in Charlotte, North Carolina. They got to have something to talk about in this town because football damn sure ain't one of those subjects, okay? I mean, that's like a bye week for anybody else. And the only team that's comparable in their purgatory is the New York Giants at this particular moment in time. All right, so you beat them week 1. You did beat San Francisco in week 2. I got to give it to you. Christian McCaffrey didn't play in that game. Deebo Samuel's going to be out. You know what I'm saying? He's now 100% healthy. We get all of that. But in the end, I'm going to give credit where credit is due. I saw that chip pass Sam Darnold threw to Justin Jefferson, 70 yards in the air. It was very, very impressive. I also saw Sam Darnold over the previous 6 years. I'm not a believer as of yet. I'm not rooting against him. Nice kid. Got a real big arm. I get all of that. But I'm not sold on what I'm seeing yet. Now, I know a lot of people are because Kevin O'Connell can really, really coach. And his staff is considered an exceptional coaching staff. And I get that. And maybe we're seeing a new Sam Darnold that we're going to be able to revere for years to come. I'm just not sure, guys. Not yet. Not over the other guys you mentioned. Not over Seattle. Not over Tampa Bay. I'm going to say the Vikings are the least likely.
You go. I can't agree. I've already agreed with Stephen A. enough this morning, so I'm not going to do it. And I don't even know who Dan's going with. I'm going to say the Buccaneers on this one. And as much as I love what Baker Mayfield is doing and the receivers on the outside, I don't know if their defense is going to hold up. And I look at the rest of the division. I look at what the Saints have already done through 2 weeks, beating up on the Dallas Cowboys after winning their first game. And then I look at the Atlanta Falcons. I think that win over the Philadelphia Eagles was a step in the right direction. I think as the season goes on, Kirk Cousins gets healthier and healthier, and you're going to see a better Falcons offense to go out there and compete with. On the defensive side of the ball, I still look at them in the secondary, and I still have some question marks with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to see if they can continue to get it done. Liam Cohen has done a really good job coming in, motion before the snaps, and doing some really good things. And Baker has been unbelievable through 2 weeks in this season. But because of the other guys in the division, I'm still going to say the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on this one.
I'll say the Seattle Seahawks. I love Geno Smith. I've said Geno's probably playing as good as any quarterback in the NFL for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Probably making some of the more remarkable throws as well. We're not talking about that enough. Stephen A., your Minnesota thought is absolutely absurd. They're 2-0. T.J. Hawkinson, their all-pro tight end, hasn't even played yet. Addison didn't play last week, and they didn't beat San Francisco. They whooped San Francisco. If not for a Fred Warner punch-out at like the 2-yard line, Jones is going to score to make it 24-7. So that was a handling. I think Minnesota's got a chance to have top 6 offense and defense in the NFL. Tampa Bay, I don't necessarily all that disagree with. I love the 3 teams in that conference, or that division. Here's why I say Seattle. I watched Seattle week 1 control the football game for the most part versus Denver, but Denver still had a chance in that game late. Okay, and then in week 2, and yes, that play by Geno Smith right here is absolutely remarkable, by the way. They go to New England and go to overtime, and it's a ticky-tacky pass interference that gives them the best chance to win the game. We'll see. New England better than probably a lot of us expected. They haven't played a big-time offense yet. I've watched Tampa Bay go into Detroit last week and win the football game. I watched Minnesota dismantle San Francisco's offense. I haven't seen the Seattle defense play a good offense yet, a really good offense. So I don't think that this defense in Seattle, specifically the front 7, is as good as maybe the Tampa Bay one and certainly the Minnesota one. I think all three of these teams are going to be solid this year, but one, if I had to pick, I'd say Seattle because I don't know enough about the defense versus a high-end quarterback or offense yet.
You'll appreciate where I'm going to come from with this one, Dan Orlovsky. Fair enough. You make a very valid point with your points about the Seattle Seahawks. Congratulations, miracles do happen. let me throw some history from you here. From 2020 to 2022, they had Kirk Cousins, they had Dalvin Cook, they had Justin Jefferson, and they also ended up with one playoff game over 3 seasons. The Minnesota Vikings have been known to have some talent and somehow, some way not get it done. That's number one. Let's go to Sam Darnold. This season thus far, right? 60 in a clean pocket, 65% of his dropbacks, 83% completions, 3 touchdowns and an interception. When he's under pressure, 35% of his dropbacks. His completion percentage goes from 83% to 43%. 1 touchdown, 1 interception. That sounds like the Sam Darnold that I recall. That seems like the Sam Darnold that I watched over his career thus far. Let's not ignore that. Let's not act like that little nugget of information doesn't matter. With somebody else, fine. With him, I'm allowed to hold on to it until further notice. Evidence is evidence.